Alright, Froggy Monarch deck, or Frognarchs, as they're most commonly called. This deck is, without a doubt, Tier 1 material. Really, DD? That's crazy. It's Tier 1, not Tier 0, because it is very possible to have a dead hand with this deck. But it is definitely Tier 1 because it's very fast, and you can easily run more than like 10 monsters required tributes because of how fast the frogs work. So, let's get started. You have the double tragedy, obviously, because you'll have an empty field a lot, because you have only one trap card in the deck. And you can also copy monsters' levels in your grave, so it's great for getting out Exceed summons. Double Light and Darkness Dragon. This is what makes the deck competitive. You don't ever want to run 3, and you don't ever want to run just 1. 2 is the magic number. You never want more than 2 Light and Darkness. Gorse, same reason you have Tragedy, because you have an OP field all the time. Triple Caius, the best monarch in the game. Obviously you want 3 of them. Theos, the Firestorm Monarch, the third best monarch. Even though he doesn't actually destroy a card on the field, he does discard a card from your opponent's hand, which is also a really good effect. Rias, the second best monarch, or it might be argued to be the first best, since it stops your opponents from drawing a card. Well, what it does is you can return a card from your opponent's field to their top of their deck, so they're forced to draw that card again, basically making them lose a draw, which is a good effect. Dark Dust Spirit to blow up the field. He's like a dark hole that you can use whenever, because when he's summoned, well, he's a spirit monster, so he returns to your hand every turn. And every time he's summoned, you destroy all face-up cards in the field. Well, monster cards at least. Swamp Frog, triple of them to send Treeborn and Rodent Toad to the grave, and he can also special summon himself to get a monarch out in your first turn. 1 Maxi, I hate running more than one of these. You should probably run 2 of them and take out an Evac Dealer. But every time I run more than 1 Maxi, I always draw all of them on my opening hand, and then my opponent will never special summon a monster. So I hate this card so much, but it's too good not to have in your deck. Because you need hand traps, because you don't run any trap cards. Rodent Toad, you only need 1 for his effect. 3 Treeborn Frogs, because you'll be removing them from play with Rodent Toad to special summon himself out to get out Light and Darkness Dragon. Double Battle Fader, you can easily run 3 as well. I only just run 2. Sometimes I run 3. Triple Evac Dealer. Again, you don't need all 3 of them, but you can take out 1 to add another Battle Fader if you want, or take out 1 to add in another Maxi. The Trinity, you have Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, and Monster Reborn, because they're all great in this deck. Triple Soul Exchange to bring out Light and Darkness Dragon faster, or steal a monster your opponent has to use one of the monarchs. Foolish Burial to send Treeborn to the grave, or Rodent Toad. Double Mystical Space Typhoon to destroy traps. Book of the Moon to reset Light and Darkness Dragon's effect. Because his effect can only be used once in a chain. So if your opponent uses like a MST, he'll stop it, and they use an evac device on him. He won't use the effect again to stop the evac, so it'll return to your hand. So what you can do is, if his attack goes down to 900 and he can't use his effect anymore, you can just chain Book of the Moon to it, and it'll flip him face down. And when he's flipped back up, his attack will be back at 2800, and you can start using his effect over again. So the best use of Book of Moon is just to reset Light and Darkness Dragon. And then triple enemy controller, because of the combo with Treeborn Frog, where during your standby phase you can tribute Treeborn Frog with enemy controller to steal an opponent's monster, and then have Treeborn Frog come back from the grave. You'll have 2 tributes. And then 1 Treacherous, because if you have no trap cards in your graveyard, you can destroy 2 monsters on the field, which is great. And you only have 1 trap card. And for the extra deck, 1 Crimson Blader, because if you can get his effect off, you can stop a lot of decks. 1 Formula Synchron, because if you can, Synchro and a Evac Dealer with a Treeborn, you can get out Formula Synchron, draw a card, and then Formula Synchron with one of your monarchs to bring out Crimson Blader. 1 Draco Sack, just in case Gorse is out on the field, and you have a Tragedy, And Tragedy copies the effect of no one, since that's the only level 7 monster you have. What is Dracosac used for? I think it was because I had Level Eater in here earlier, so I could eat the levels of Light and Darkness Dragon. I don't know. I guess, or if I stole a level 7 monster with enemy controller. Yeah, probably don't need Dracosac. Gaia Dragon, the Thunder Charger, because if your rank 6 monsters run out of XYZ materials, you can just throw him on top. Then you have a nice beat stick that can inflict piercing damage. One Constellar Monsieur 7, because you can return cards from your graveyard to your hand, like reusing Monarchs, which is always a good thing, or adding Light and Darkness Dragon back. Photon Striker, you'll probably be using him the most with Monarchs, because he has a great negate effect, and he's 2700 attack, so it's a great beat stick. The Gauntlet Shooter to destroy monsters, and Zector Extra Beetle to destroy monsters as well. Double Daigatsu Phoenix with Swap Frogs and Ronin Toad. You can use his effect on Rias, so he can attack twice, or use it on himself to attack twice. Herald of the Sacred Light, for the same reason you have this guy in here, to recycle Monarchs, or add Light and Darkness Dragon back to your hand. Double Gucci, which is what you'll probably be spending your rank 2 XYZ monsters on the most, since this guy's a great staller. And same with this guy, he's a great staller.